tasks around the house easier, whether it's getting the job done better, or it could be a matter of saving you time. And in this case, it's also about safety. Slice ceramic cutters, that's what we're bringing you now in a set of 3, where you get a box cutter and then 2 of the safety cutters. This is customer top rated, and you're not spending $31.02. It's a QVC price of $22.50 with your Q card, around $8 a month on Easy Pay. It will not be reordered. We do have more from this brand coming down the pike, but this set, if you want it, get it today. And it's awesome with all of the uses available, but it really is about safety. Chris Peterson, our guest with this brand, it's so nice to have you here.
Nice to see you, Mary. Nice to see you.
Don't you, if you are imagining right now at home, trying to do with that box, with a traditional box cutter,
one of these dangerous guys
that's got the blade sticking out the side that you have to change, and just trying to change the blades can be dangerous. They dull quickly, but when they are sharp, and I've heard so many stories from people, and I've been there myself, where you cut your finger open or you cut something else on accident, and you're up a creek.
Exactly, and that's what Slice is famous for. That's where we started, sort of in the workplace. We probably deal with half the largest companies around the world who mandate using the safety cutter and the box cutter. So these are 2 of my favorites. This is the safety cutter. This is probably our #1 seller around the world. And this box cutter, you're going to be using this for all those Q boxes that keep coming to your door.
I love it.
So let me show you the safety cutter first. This little guy, you get 2 of them because they're so handy. There's a little magnet in there, but it's so amazing. It's this little micro tip. I don't know if I can see that on the camera.
Can I hold it in front of my jacket, because I have a darker jacket on?
Can you see that?
Well, just so that you can see some contrast. This tiny little...
There it is, there it is. So you can run your finger along that little micro tip blade, but don't be fooled, because that tiny little micro tip blade, I'm going to show you how effective that is at cutting. All I do, I lay it flat on this paper, I drag that towards me.
Now, it doesn't look like you did anything.
I know, but look how effortless that is at cutting.
That is
awesome. Just so effortless, that tiny, tiny little tooth there. But again, this was paper. Let's go to the world's worst packaging, clamshell packaging.
Dun, 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 dun.
I know, it's so hard to get in there.
The worst.
You just hack away at with whatever you have. So I lay that flat, I drag that along. And look at that.
And it's so slippery when you're using a regular box cutter, and you feel like that blade is like sliding on the surface.
And half the time they start incredibly dangerously sharp, but then they start to rust. Right. So go towards the safety cutter, and look at that. And you see how smooth that is too?
Yeah.
So no ragged edges. So
that's so cool.
It's so cool. But the safety cutter, just for opening, but I mean, Christmas in July.
I'm glad you're using scissors, because when I was reading some of the reviews, because when something's customer top rated, I always want to go and look online and see why is it, what were you so impressed by? And one of the reviews spoke specifically to scissors and how much better these were to use.
Imagine that.
Scissors.
Imagine doing all your wrapping just like that. I just run that along. I get perfect, smooth, straight cut. So your wrapping time is going to be cut in half. Everything is going to be wrapped better, neater. So it just makes just that little task there. But then I go into the kitchen.
Reviews are up. Boxes, bags, and plastic. That's what this customer is using. And remember, you're getting a set of 3, the box cutter, and then 2 of the safety cutters. So far, you've only seen the safety cutter at work. I'll show you the box cutter in a second.
Sure, let's go right to the box cutter. Perfect. So we've got the safety cutter. This has got our patented micro ceramic blade. So this is what we don't want you to use, these dangerous metal razor blades. This little slice blade, let me just show you what we're famous for. I'm going to run this blade, like if this was a razor blade, I couldn't run that across that balloon.
You could once.
You could once, yeah, well here it is. As soon as I take that razor, there you go. And that's why we don't like these metal razor blades. But let me just show you what you're going to use this for. So every single day, I know at my house, my daughter, my son, my wife, the boxes that start to come to our house every single day.
What did I? Air?
Air. Sorry.
Lousy.
I know QVC sent you nothing. Sorry, Mary.
No, it's quite the opposite at our house, because my husband can tell you. But look at how it goes through that corrugated cardboard. So if you are recycling and you want to be able to cut some of these boxes down, it's not just a matter of going through tape, but cutting the boxes so that they go into your recycling bin easier. What are you picking up at the grocery store where you want to be able to open up the packaging on your, and this is what I love about getting 3 pieces, is I would use one for food food.
Yep.
And then put one in the garage, and then have one and, by the front entry or whatever, wherever you're going to put them where you use them the most. But I would dedicate one to food.
But being ceramic, I mean, it's not going to rust, so you can rinse these off. So if you do have to interchange them, but I can use either tool. That's what I love about them. I could use a little safety cutter along there, or I could take the box cutter, and look how quick that is. I mean, that is thick, heavy plastic. And I know my mom, she can't open up these kinds of things. She doesn't have the strength. She's 86 years old. So, and it could be something as simple as a bag of pet food here. This, again, heavy gauge plastic. I take my box cutter, I just run that along.
Can you imagine your potting soil during gardening season? Like those bags are a nightmare, the mulch bags that are so hard to open up. Customer top rated, so you're getting two. Here, let me show you.
Sure.
So you're getting two of these. And then you're getting, there it is.
There it is.
That's so handy. You're getting two of the safety cutters and one box cutter. If you tried to shop, and you're welcome to, you'd spend $31.02 anywhere else. Here at QVC, we do it better, $22.50. But this is one where we cannot get this set back. So shop today while we have it. If you want easy pay, it would be right around $8 on 3 months with your Q card. So let's keep cutting. I'm anxious to put one of these suckers to use.
Yeah, here, we'll go ahead. I mean, here's a recipe. So just lay it flat. That's all. Take the little safety cutter, lay it flat, and cut that recipe out.
Okay.
That's all you got to do. Just lay it flat so that little micro tip comes into contact. But if you were couponing, half the time those coupons are right in the middle of the newspaper.
Right.
But look how quick that was at cutting that out. I mean, and nice and neat. So if that's a recipe you want to store, that goes right into your little recipe file.
Can I just do this?
Sure. I know. If you're a crafter, it's ideal for that.
Isn't that the most rewarding sensation to see it cut that cleanly? I mean, that is a thing of beauty.
And if you're a mom and your kids are into crafting, they've got school projects, you give them this little thing versus dangerous scissors.
Oh.
And something as simple as duct tape.
It's not even a question.
How do you cut duct tape? I do it with my teeth.
Your teeth?
I know.
The dentist is so proud of you.
I know. But use the safety cutter. Use these tools. You're going to use them every single day.
And why not? Because you're getting two of them. By the way, those safety cutters, the green guys, have a magnet in them, so you could just latch them to the side of the fridge. And then you'll also receive the box cutter V34372. Take a look at the reviews online and see why it's customer top rated. Chris, thank you for being here. Nice to work with you today. I'll be back with you tomorrow. We've got a couple of hours of Bionic on deck tomorrow morning, so I hope you'll tune in then. In the meantime, find me